One of the really fun and unusual events of the summer is coming up soon. It's the annual Maine State Cake Decorating Championship. It's going to be happening in Paris Hill, and with us here on 207 are two of the judges of the Cake Decorating Championship. David Turin, owner and chef of David's Restaurant at David's 388. Will Berrio, retired chairman of the Culinary Arts Department at Southern Maine Community College, and himself a chef at numerous restaurants. Great to have you here, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us on.
We are always thrilled when the Cake Judiciary can drop by the 207
Cake Judiciary, wow, it's like royalty. It's great.
Let's get cut right to it. David, what for you are you looking for in a well-decorated cake?
Well, I'm always about the taste. So we set the judging up where taste is still the primary category. But if you see these cakes, the visual is, I mean, you just can't even believe the creativity that goes into some of these
We've got
cakes.
photos. I was blown away, but even you guys were amazed at the creativity of what you saw last year when you did this, and the creativity that you will be seeing this year as well.
Yeah.
The length and breadth of the talent here in Maine is just absolutely overwhelming. It's mind-boggling. We saw some of those cakes after, we're not there when the contestants set the cakes up so that we can remain very objective. We walk into that room and it's like Christmas morning to see that talent right here in Maine.
How hard is it to get those gravity-defying features when everything in that cake is edible?
Yeah, they can have a support structure in the, they can have a dowel that goes through them or something like that that's invisible, but 99% of everything is edible.
It has to
and
be
it has
edible.
to taste good. And it has to taste good too. Yeah. So the answer to your question, very hard. It's very hard. It takes a big level of skill. And we had this conversation about, well, maybe they should submit a cake so we can taste it before or see it. No, this is a one-off thing.
That's it.
They show up and it's kind of like, hold your breath. We're going to put this thing together. Maybe it'll stand up. Maybe it won't.
It's like a jet. It's like forward inertia. Once you get started, don't stop.
You got to taste all the cakes, and there are a lot of them. How do you keep your taste buds fresh so that when you try cake number 17, you're giving it the same fair shot that you gave to cake number 1?
I smell Will's dirty socks. It solves the problem every time.
Sparkling water is a very beneficial thing, or a very neutral tea. And it's a cleansing, it's a palate cleanser, and a little sip here and there, and you swallow, and you go to the next cake. Yeah. But by the time you're done, boy, it's pretty.
It is a lot. We don't judge all 45, so there are different judges for different categories.
Different classes.
So so we'll be judging the professionals, which I think this year I think they're 15 professionals, something like that.
You guys brought along some cupcakes from the cookie jar in Cape Elizabeth.
Don Episcopo.
And this is just, it gives people a sense of how creative you can be. And I mean, this is just something I assume that a skilled baker can practically do with his or her eyes closed. The people who are good at this make it look easy, right?
If you've ever seen a pro with a pastry bag, it's like someone's penmanship. I mean, they're that good.
But you're going to show some of the images that we've sent you. I mean, some of the cakes are. It's a building, and it's fabric. It's made to represent maybe a new Disney movie or something like that. And there's the characters and. All the shingles on the side of the building are edible, made out of something, and there are forest scenes, and every little mushroom and plant and everything is an edible something. It's remarkable. And when you see the cakes,
it's worth mentioning. This is a specialized skill. One can be a really skilled and talented chef, but not a great baker and pastry maker.
That's about the way of it. It's in the business. I mean, the owners of a restaurant, a small restaurant, they do everything, but in most big restaurants, it's either savory or sweet.
Right.
Because it's two different directions, and it's really difficult to be up to your neck in garlic about to here, and then turn around and grab 5 pounds of confectioner's sugar and butter.
My favorite is filleting a salmon on this board and making a wedding cake on the other. That's my personal favorite. I've done that before. But it is a cake decorating contest. So it's kind of a narrow area, and you can think of like some of these shows like Cake Boss or something like that. This is our main version. I mean, these are remarkable, creative ideas that come to life, and you walk into this room and you're like, oh, look at that one, look at that one, look at that one. It's stunning.
All right, it's all happening on Saturday, August 23rd in Paris Hill. The judging takes place basically in the morning. And then the viewing and tasting for the public, and the public is of course invited, take place from early afternoon on.
And remarkable, you actually, so the the audience gets to taste the cakes, this is highly unusual. You actually get to taste the cakes.
Everybody wants to watch and eat what a chef is cooking, or a pastry chef is cooking in a contest, but when do I get to taste it? Well, you don't. I only made 6 portions.
You two leave some for the public.
Yeah,
Got to leave it there. Will, David,
thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a blast. Again,
Thank you.
it's
Thanks
Saturday, August 23rd, the Maine State Cake Decorating Championship in Paris Hill in Paris. And there are a lot of other events that are going on, too many for us to list, all part of a celebration of Hannibal Hamlin, Abraham Lincoln's first vice president, who lived on Paris Hill. You'll find that information in a link in the 207 section of our app or website, and we will return right after this.